Let's speak to Jeffrey Edmonds, former senior advisor on the White House and the Pentagon. First of all, how significant is the loss of these 5 key members?
I think it is significant. So it's important to understand that the senior people on the National Security Council, generally referred to as senior directors, are usually political appointees. So they come and go with administrations. And so it's usual for them to change it during the transition period. But I think it's a bit odd for them to change so early in the administration, since they were brought on by the administration. And I do think that can be disruptive if you have a lot of turnover a lot of the time, because these individuals are supposed to be the president's senior advisor on their subjects.
And the NSA, is it supposed to be partisan? And losing these names at this point, how will that affect sort of the operational security in the US?
So for clarity, the NSA, the National Security Agency, is part of the intelligence community, where the National Security Council is actually the president's personal staff. So both of those are supposed to be somewhat nonpartisan. The NSC can be a little more partisan because it does have a lot of political appointees, but the NSA in general, just like the CIA, those are considered nonpartisan organizations.
And in terms of who comes in to replace them, do we know yet, and how are they appointed?
I don't think we do. I think that's ultimately up to the president. It's really up to the president when it comes to the National Security Council, although many times that's deferred to the National Security Advisor. There will be certain people in line potentially for the NSA job, because that is a military position. It's a little different, but I think ultimately that's decided on by the intelligence community and by the president.
The Democrats have expressed concern about it, saying they are deeply disturbed, that it jeopardizes national security. And it comes, of course, after the whole Signal Gate leaks that we saw. You know, a few days on from that, where do you think the US is on the question of its national security, which is, of course, of global concern?
I think that a lot of the amount of disruption can lead, especially the firings among agencies, if they're not careful, can lead to a degraded national intelligence apparatus, right? Because you're getting rid of a lot of people. Individuals are going to have to cover down on more material since there aren't as many people. And so there's a lot of chaos there. And anytime you have chaos in something like this, I think that could create vulnerabilities.
OK, we will leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for being with us.